like we have been here following our ancestors. You know that Kamala Harris speech?
You learn
She's
about
like-
the coconut tree?
I think it might have been that one. She was like, you are here because of a product of everything that has been before you.
Yeah. She's like, you think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
You just think you fell out of a coconut tree?
Yeah, I know that one.
Sometimes I do feel that way, honestly.
Like you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Yeah.
Maybe you did.
I think, yeah. Because coconut trees are pretty tall, honestly. And sometimes I feel like a coconut.
Okay, so maybe you did just fall out of a coconut tree.
Yeah. So we are here again because we tried this, but because of some various unforbidden,
Unforeseen.
yeah, technicalities, we had no sound. But so this is take 2, interview 2.0. It's going to be better, greater. It's going to be the greatest podcast episode the world has ever seen. And I realized that I didn't even introduce you
Yeah, I
the
was
first
just gonna say,
time.
are you gonna like tell them who I am? Like my full government name?
Are you okay with that? Your
Yeah,
full government.
let them know. Full government
Your
name.
full government name? You
Yeah.
wanna take it there?
Yeah, I want to take it there.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Arian Lee Blasco, the one and only, my dear sister, my number one fan, realist since day one, OG gangsta. And well, what to say? What is there to say about you? You're a chill girl,
Yeah,
but you also like to freak out sometimes.
I guess I just be getting freaky. Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do?
And that's a very unique duality, being chill but also freaking out. What constitutes what's the sort of, like, what am I trying to say here? Where do you know, like, where the freaky begins and the chill ends, or vice versa?
It really just depends. Like, usually stuff happens, I just don't care.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get mad and then I start like freaking out because you're like, I'm mad.
Yeah.
So, just kind of depends on what's going on.
Yeah, so you were just kind of true to your circumstances and true to the way you feel, and whatever experiences arrive, then you are just present with them.
Yeah, I'm just really like, it's just my honest reaction. Just sometimes I really don't care and sometimes I'm like, OMG.
Yeah. And do you think that one can be too freaky and one can be too chill?
Yeah, if you're like 100% of anything, that's probably not ideal because some things don't call for certain qualities,
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on the vibe.
Right.
And stuff.
And when you look around you at the youngsters walking down the road, at your classmates in school, at the world even, what do you think is going on with that? Are people too freaky, or are they too chill, or is it just a mix?
I think it is just a mix,
Mhm.
TBH.
Yeah.
Because, like, some people are chilling, like, pretty hard. And you're like, maybe you need to get it together a little bit. Or then some people are just, like, mad all the time and you're like, maybe you need, like, a Xanax or something.
And how do you discover your chill?
My chill?
Yeah.
It's just kind of how, like, I just think, like, maybe just laughing at things, like something that could make you mad, it could also just make you laugh. You're like, oh, this is funny. Like, you could be mad at someone, but really you're like, oh, you're like trying to like do this to me, that's kind of funny, like that's goofy of you, like it just makes you laugh,
So you think it's a matter of perception?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, probably.
And if and is it have you trained in changing your perception, or it's just something that you can kind of switch on and off whenever you feel like it?
I don't think I really think about it. It's just kind of how I react to stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like speaking from the heart.
Mm-hmm. El corazón.
Yep.
So you enjoy trips to Spain.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about Spain?
I just really like the vibes
Mhm.
and like the. I don't know. I think it's just kind of like. Because I feel like since I lived there when I was little, it's just kind of like the permanent vibe that's like in my brain. I'm
Mhm.
just like, oh, I like this. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Your happy place.
Yeah.
What do you think about people living in Spain? What are they chill? Are they freaky? What's going on with that?
I'd say they're probably pretty freaky.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In a good way or a bad way?
Just in like a freaky way.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, whoa, you're crazy.
Uh-huh.
But
And that's something that because you are also an Aries,
yeah.
and all my astrology girls, TBH, PSA, I don't know anything about astrology, but I do know that, because you are an Aries, a fire sign, like me, I'm also a Sagittarius, a fire sign. We tend to go a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah, I'd be
Right.
going crazy on the low.
Yeah. And so do you think that that environment resonates with you because of your personality?
Yeah, maybe. Because I'm like, where all my crazy hoes at?
Right.
Like, haha.
And where are they at? In
Where are they at?
Barcelona?
Yeah, there
On the
are a
beach?
bunch. Yeah,
On a playa?
yeah,
Okay. That's a fun place to be too.
yeah. The beach.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do at the beach?
I like to build I like to dig holes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you put things on them?
Myself.
Okay. How long on
My
average?
inhibitions.
Okay. How long, like, you'd go on a trip to the beach, how long do you think it, on average, takes you to build, like, a pretty good, like...
A good hole.
Yeah.
Depends on the will.
Hey, when there's a will, there's a way.
Right. A good hole is nothing to laugh about. I mean, it could take upwards of 2 to 3 hours
Yeah,
to build,
if you want to put yourself in there. Yeah,
to really dig.
Yeah. But what are you digging at?
The sand, the tiny little rocks. Isn't it crazy how they're just tiny rocks?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Like, and they're very, on the microscopic level, they're very spiky too.
Yeah.
What do you think about, like, quantum physics and how there's just so much space around the molecules that fabricate our physical reality as we know it? And so how things appear when you look at it at the microscopic level are not at all how they actually are. But we kind of live in this illusion that we think we know what everything is and what everything looks like.
Yeah, I think that's pretty chill,
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, there's like more than what you see. But I don't think it's like in like a everything is fake way. Because like at the end of the day, it's not like you're like driving a bunch of molecules. Like you have to be like,
Right.
know what's happening.
There's a practical element to it. Right. Like if
Yeah.
you're cold, if you have a cold and you're sick, it's like you're actually sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like the reality of the situation.
Yeah. You're not just like, oh, my molecules are popping perks right now.
Yeah. And so, but do you think that we should accept both realities, live more in one reality than the other, ignore both realities? How do you personally navigate these layers of circumstance?
I don't think it really matters to me. Because like no matter how you think about it, like what's happening is still the same. Like it's just kind of like, It's just something that like exists and it's like interesting, but it's not like I'm not gonna cry about it.
Right, because like dogs, like we live in the same reality as them, but they have a different perception than us. They're thinking like, oh, like I hope, someone drops some turkey on the floor.
Yeah, I
And
think that too sometimes.
yeah, and then they're also thinking like, let me get my nap in today.
Yeah,
And so, but they're still living in the same world as us, but yet, as humans, we have so many preoccupations in our mind, so many things that are rushing us, so many things that are constantly driving us, and it's exhausting
yeah.
for me personally
For you,
sometimes.
yeah.
Do you feel exhausted at all?
No, I took my energy pills
Yeah.
today,
Okay.
so I'm fine.
So as a student, you never feel the stress?
I mean, I feel like stress, but it's more like you kind of need stress to get you to be able to complete
To
something.
work?
Yeah, it's not
To
like
work?
yeah, to work, but
To
it's
work.
not like, oh, I'm so stressed, like I have to do all this and it's horrible. It's like, oh, you just need like a little push to be like, oh, let me just get this done, like stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
But like being able to be stressed like that, low key, that's kind of a privilege, because some people are stressed like because they're like homeless and
Yeah,
stuff and they have no
right.
job. So being like, oh, I'm stressed, I have to take my car to the shop. Like you have a car, that's lit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's also puts it all into perspective,
Yeah.
Because if you were homeless and then, you had to turn in some papers or something, like, the stress of turning papers in would probably be like, why are people stressed out about this?
Yeah.
There are so many, like, that's not real stress,
Yeah.
from what that person might have been through.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read you something, okay? Everything changes when you start to emit your own frequency rather than absorbing the frequencies around you. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's like, did you get that from Pinterest?
Yeah. I love Pinterest.
I love Pinterest
I'd be
too.
on Pinterest scrolling,
On that.
collecting my pins, manifesting my boards.
Another day, another pin.
Yeah, I have like, how many pins do you have?
Probably not that many.
I have like hundreds of pins.
Yeah,
I'm a pin freak. I'm a piniac.
A piniac.
In the flesh.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's really good.
Yeah.
But about the like Pinterest quote, I think that's like kind of real, because like if you're like living by other people's rules and you're like, oh, I have to like do all these things so people like me, like so what? Then they like you and like do you even really gain
Like
anything?
yourself?
Yeah, like not really. And like they don't even really like you. They like they're like how you're acting because it's in a way that you think they'll like. So it's really like, why be bothered about that?
Yeah, it's like they want to fit you into this box, into this presentation so that they feel comfortable with the way you're acting, which affirms their own life. But then their own life is also an illusion that they're living, and they don't even realize it.
Yeah, and like a lot of the time they don't even care. Like you're doing all this, putting in all this like working overtime to fit in the box. They don't even really care at all about the box.
Right.
So it's like...
And then you've lost all this time not being true to yourself.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I'm in jail. 'Cause you're like
Social jail.
stuck in this box.
Yeah, this damn fucking box. Cardboard. Piece of box.
Yeah.
IKEA ass. FedEx.
UPS shipping.
Gosh, Dolly. So, yeah, because, like, when people say, be yourself, what does that mean to you?
I don't know, just I guess like not going against your like not free will, but maybe your like judgment or things that you would do if you were alone when you're like with people, you know?
Mm-hmm. And if you want to act yourself, you know, how would you act? How would you relate to the experiences that are presented to you?
What do you mean by that?
Like if you had some emotions coming up, right? And you
Yeah.
wanted to be yourself, how would you relate to those emotions?
You know, I guess it depends on like the time and place. Like if you want to cry and you're in the bank and you're like mid deposit, like maybe just wait until you get outside. But if you're
Do
like,
you want to cry because you see you're looking at your bank statement?
you're like, oh no, my bank
This
statement.
deposit isn't big enough.
But like if you're like talking to someone, like if you're like talking to a friend and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry a little bit just because of like what you're talking about, and then just like a few tears like come out. That's
Yeah.
like NBD, no big deal. You're just like
A
that's
couple
how you feel.
tears here and there. That's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
What about just being like completely like crazy, like a menace to society? And that's you being yourself.
Well, then I don't know. I guess go for it, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, you can't like.
Then you have to deal with the
Yeah,
consequences,
you can't
right?
expect to not have problems if you're like doing stuff that you know like is gonna bother
Cause some
people.
troubles.
Yeah. Like if you're
Troublesome
like
minds.
if being yourself is stealing and you end up in jail, like
Right. Then you're gonna be yourself in prison.
yeah,
Behind bars.
locked in with Diddy.
Yeah. And that ain't no fun.
I don't know.
Yeah, it could be fun for some people.
For some freaks.
For some freaky deakies.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about, do you ever experience social anxiety? The big S.A.
The big S.A. I like used to, but now I just don't.
Yeah. What changed?
I know you don't like this answer, but one, the pills.
You started popping.
Started popping pills. Pop a perk and I blackout. But I don't know, I just like, well, I guess if I like had to think about it, like, I don't know why I was so much like that before. I think it's just because I had so much going on, like, in my brain. So it was just
Yeah.
not like just social anxiety, but just in general, and that was just like part of it. But
Mm-hmm.
just like, if you're worried about like talking to someone, like what's gonna happen when you talk to them? Nothing.
Right. Nothing.
Like, are you gonna get nuked? No. Are you gonna like?
Are you gonna get oiled up?
Are you gonna get oiled up? Are they gonna call you like a bum hoe?
Depends
like,
what you're talking about.
yeah, I don't know. But it's really like what's gonna happen? Not
Yeah.
much.
So do you think that we put too much pressure on ourselves to act a certain way or to communicate, you know, like to be cool and stuff when we're communicating to other people?
I don't know. I guess it depends. Like if you're like talking like crazy, like trying to seem super like whatever, then yeah,
Finesse your way through the convo.
yeah. If you're trying to like, I feel like if you're talking in a way that you wouldn't talk to like your mom or someone, or just like how you wouldn't like talk to like someone just normal that you know, and you're like trying to act a certain way, then yeah. But if that's just kind of how you are with everyone, it's just like, oh.
That's a good representation. Like, imagine yourself talking to your mom, because that, in a way, that's one of the most, you know, not for everybody, but for most, I would say that's the most authentic form of conversation you'll have, because you don't feel like you need to uphold most of the time like some kind of persona with your mom. You know what I mean? But if you're like at the club and you meet somebody who's like you think is really cool,
You meet some fine shoddy.
yeah, you meet some delicatessen like charcuterie board specimens, and then you're like, wow, like I gotta uphold my integrity throughout this conversation. Then you're kind of changing, you know, the way you communicate a little bit at sometimes.
Because if you're going from like, hi, how are you, to what's good, shoddy,
Yeah.
like,
Hey, baby mama.
like, yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yeah. If Abraham Lincoln walked up in this car right now, what would you say to him?
I'd be like, yo, I thought you died.
Where you been at, man? We've been missing you.
When'd you come back up?
Yo, come chill, come hang. So what is something that you want to tell the younger generation? That you would, if you left this earth tonight, you know, I'm saying like, not for any nefarious reasons,
Just like I went to
obviously.
Mars or
Yeah,
something?
you took
Okay.
a trip to another galaxy, or you teleported to another dimension or something. What is something that you would want to leave the younger generation with?
I'd probably tell them something like, hey, big dogs, never stop chilling.
That's good advice.
That would be my last words.
That's good advice, because chilling is the antidote to rushing. It's
Yeah.
the opposite. And as a society, we are plagued with rushing, trying to achieve this, trying to achieve that, clocking in, clocking out, waking up in the morning, setting alarms. Everything has an objective, and we are constantly seeking, fulfilling that objective and moving on to the next objective. There's no peace.
Yeah.
And so when we chill, it's like everything, we just allow that to kind of melt and just be here.
Yeah.
So do you think we need more of that?
Yeah, more chilling.
Yeah.
That's my campaign.
We need more chilling.
For real, 2025, everyone get down and chill.
You know how like the Barack Obama slogan was hope?
Yeah.
Your slogan is going to be chill.
Yeah.
Chill the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
That's good advice
Yeah.
right there. So what about becoming your best self? What do you think about that?
I think it's a good plan.
Yeah. How do you achieve that?
I don't know. I guess, like, think about, like, if there's specific things you're doing that you don't like or that you know are, like, kind of bringing down your vibes,
Mm-hmm.
like, maybe just try to change those
Yeah.
gradually.
Do you think you say gradually?
Yeah.
So not all at once, like slowly,
Yeah, because
not
you can't
cold
just...
turkey?
No, you can't just stop everything, like, all the time.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, just maybe, like, be more conscious of it and then be like, oh, I don't need that.
And as a citizen of this universe, what is your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is to start making bank.
Mm-hmm. Make that
soon.
money.
Mm-hmm.
Earn
And-
some money.
Yeah, something like that.
How much money do you want to make?
I don't know, but like a lot.
$1, $2, $3?
Probably a little bit more. I don't have like a set amount, but just like find like opportunities to
Yeah.
make bank while I can.
As a young person, you know, in this society, what kind of occupation are you enticed by?
I don't know, just anything that like, I'm not really picky right now, just kind of anything.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like
Whatever's
an in-between.
available.
Yeah. You know, distribute some flyers, JK.
Yeah, you already retired from your
Yeah.
flyer, the flyer industry.
Yeah, I'm out. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah. So, friends. All right, we love them, we hate them, we have them, we don't got them. Are they important?
Yeah. I'd say like my friends, my besties are like probably some of the most important people, you know.
Yeah.
My real ones.
What do your real ones provide for you?
You know, it's just like a lot, like my friends here, you know, like they've known me for like so long and we've just like vibed for so long. They're like part of the fam. Like I can just make them have dinner with the extended family and they're just like, oh, okay, like whatever. Or like my friends that I live with, like just like, you know, community and like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Do they give you, do they make your day better?
Yeah, for sure. When I get home and no one's there, I'm like, where are my pookies at?
Mm-hmm. And where do they be at?
Class,
Class?
buying perks.
None for me.
No, come to KC.
Sold out.
Yeah, limited edition.
Limited edition Percocets.
Mm-hmm.
PSA, we do not condone
No,
the
I don't.
use of Percocets.
I don't pop perks, swear to God.
Neither do I.
I just like the song Pop a Perk and I Black Out.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the Holy Mother Mary?
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a really nice tattoo.
I have a tat right here. I would show you, but I'm wearing a lot of
You
clothes.
got like 7 layers on right now.
It's a little hard to access.
Do you think that faith in the life of a young person navigating this world and its complications is important?
I think it depends on the person. Like, some people really don't need it. Some people think it's helpful.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, super religious or anything. The tat is more like, I heart women, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, not in, like, a gay way, but in, like, a, like,
In a bisexual way?
No. In, like, a, like, women, yay.
Like empowering.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
like, she's, like, the OG woman.
Right.
You know, so that's kind of the
She is.
situation with that.
She is. She's OG mommy.
Yeah, OG mommy, for real.
And so it's kind of like, if it helps, nice. But if it doesn't help, then don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's chill. Either
Yeah.
way.
And what helps you?
I don't know. Like, with what?
Get through your day, feel positive, stay up.
You know, listen to
balling.
some music, listen
Yeah.
to some Drake, be like, yeah.
Do you have a favorite Drake song or any other song?
I like Rich Baby Daddy
Mm-hmm.
by Drake. I like a lot of Drake songs. My favorite other song, I think you know. Guess. Sing it.
I'm just a freak,
Freak,
yeah.
Yeah, that's my other favorite song. I'm just a freak.
Shout out Lily Rose Depp
Mm-hmm.
for bringing out the freaks within us all.
I think I listened to it like 14 times yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
And I loved it every
I
time.
remember.
First song I listen to when I wake up.
I'm just a freak,
Freak,
yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite song?
Well, it might be I'm just a freak, yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Well, because it just really brings something out in me.
Something freaky?
Precisely.
Yeah.
So, what is your opinion on waterfalls?
Oh, I think they're fun. The big ones scare me, but I like the cute ones, like the smaller ones.
Would you ever go cliff diving?
Yeah, maybe off like a small cliff.
Like 5 feet?
Um,
7
maybe,
feet?
like, up to 10 feet.
10 feet is pretty high.
Yeah, but nothing higher than 10 feet. I would tweak.
Yeah.
I'd be tweakiana.
Yeah, you'd be tweaking in the air.
Bust down tweakiana.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up my Pinterest board
Okay.
right now. And, okay, so when you drop the act, the world rushes to you wide open.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. What do you think about that?
When you drop the act, the world rushes to you wide open. So it's like we're not living here in this world to act any differently than who we are. And when we drop the act, we stop living in other people's world and start living in our own world. And we don't have to pretend anymore.
Yeah. Have you ever pretended?
Have I ever pretended? I'm pretending right now.
Pretending what?
No, I'm just kidding. Um, have I ever pretended? Yeah. I feel like I have pretended before. I mean, we're always pretending when we talk to people, we put on, different identities. When we are not, when we don't feel comfortable exposing ourselves and the way that we're authentically feeling, we put on layers to hide that from the people around us. And I feel like I've definitely done that before. Yeah. But I'm working on not doing it so much anymore. This podcast, um, it's a way for me to also come out of my shell
Yeah.
and just be myself because, I can also be kind of a shy person, but that's not the way that I want to live.
Yeah. That's good.
Pause real quick. For all you watching for the first time, this is a podcast. This is episode number 1. Welcome to the podcast. Love you, my fans. Love you, my haters, even more. Thank you for the support. You are all the best. This is gonna continue and expand and evolve and grow. And I'm happy that you can all be a part of it. So, shout out Planet Earth. And yeah, let's keep going. What's on your mind right now?
I'm just a freak, yeah, stuck in my head.
Yeah.
But nothing else really.
Is this your first time, like, in the public eye?
Like on a podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, besides like the first time when it didn't work.
Yeah. I have another quote for us. Okay. Fuck nihilism. All my homies recognize the absurdity of life and give it our own meaning.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Are you a nihilist or are you optimistic? Do you think like nothing matters? We're all gonna die in the end? Or are you like, life is beautiful, let's make the best out of it while we're still here?
Probably the second one.
Yeah.
Cause I don't like, sometimes I am like nothing really matters, but more like in a good way. Like you're like, it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's NBD. No big deal.
And were you always like that?
I don't remember, but like, I mean, I feel like kind of, cause like I feel like people used to think I was kind of like had a bad attitude, cause I would just be like all the time. But I feel like I've like had some pretty horrendous like, kind of situations. But I've always like, even like when stuff happens, I'm like, well, we still bawling though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's just kind of like.
You try to have a positive attitude.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, whatever.
And what do you think does that change your life when you try to have a positive attitude?
I mean, yeah, because then you're not like dwelling on things and being like, oh, like, I'm so sad this happened like 4 years ago. Like, who even remembers 4 years ago? Not me.
So you don't think about what happened 4 years ago?
No.
COVID.
COVID, yeah, I don't think about that at all.
You keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give somebody who is thinking about the past and can't move forward from it?
I'd be like, bro, do you know what's going on right now? Maybe think about that.
Yeah.
For a change.
Because there's so much going on right now.
Yeah.
And when you think about the past, it's almost like you are denying the beauty of what's going on right now.
Yeah. So then it's hard to like...
Denying yourself the beauty of experiencing what's going on right now. and denying the world the ability to allow you and to see you experiencing the present.
Yeah.
Because we're all in this together.
Yeah, it's like High School Musical.
Yeah. Did you watch High School Musical?
Yeah, of course.
I never watched it. I wasn't allowed to.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
So, what do you think about the dualities of emotion, logic, creativity, science, water, fire, femininity, masculinity? Are they opposites? Do they need each other?
I don't really know. I have never like thought about that, but I feel like all those things are more of like a spectrum. Like it's like nothing's like 100% of like anything. It's just kind of like some things are maybe like closer to one end than the other, but
Yeah.
it's not really like that separate.
But do they need each other to exist?
I don't know. Do they? What do you think?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Okay. Here's something to think about. Ninjas killed my family. Need money for karate lessons.
Okay.
What comes to mind?
Like he wants to beat up the ninjas, so he needs karate.
Anyone. Yeah.
I'd be like, my sign would say need money for Glock.
Yeah. Would you trade in karate lessons for the Glock
Maybe if I had
to
like
go
a,
bang bang bang?
if that was my goal.
But you don't think ninjas could, disarm you in the Glock?
No.
You think your Glock ability
Could take
surpasses?
down a bunch of ninjas, yeah.
Ninjas are well trained though.
Not as well trained as...
What if it was like 1,000 and 10,000 ninjas?
Then my sign would say need money for nuke.
Nuke or 2 Glocks?
Yeah.
People who say it can't be done should not interrupt those who are doing it.
I mean, yeah.
What does that resonate with you?
Yeah, I guess, because like if you're doing something and someone's like, no, you can't do that, and you're like, how I'm doing it as we speak, like, what are they gonna say back to that?
What would you say to somebody who tells you that you can't do something? Would you say, fuck you?
No, I'd probably just be like, okay. And then I'd be like, whatever.
And then do it?
I mean, yeah, if it was something that I was like already planning on.
So you were so nonchalant that you don't even care. It wouldn't even strike a chord with you if someone said that.
Stuff like that is like whatever, because like who are they to tell you? Like it doesn't really.
Who are they?
And like if you're getting mad about that, that's kind of like an ego like thing. You're like, how could you like say that to me, like whatever? But like
because you're worried about how they perceive you.
Yeah, but if it's like some people just don't really. Like it's just like whatever. I'm like say something. I'm like okay.
So
put on my headphones.
let's unpack that sentence about the ego because that's really interesting. So when we care too much about how others perceive us, then how they react to us affects us stronger.
Yeah.
How do we diminish that?
I don't know. I guess like placing less value on like other people's opinions. If they're just like irrelevant people, like who cares? Like it's not like.
And do you feel more free and more and live life more purely when you don't place so much emphasis on that?
Yeah. Because it's like, what's it to me? Like, and also like, what's it to them? Some people are just saying things, but they're gonna go home and not like think about it again. Like they probably don't even care that much either. So why should you care?
What do you think about the relationship between body, spirit, and mind?
I think there is one.
Damn straight. I'm gonna edit a crisp dap sound into that.
I'm really excited. That's really all I have to say about
That's it?
that. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's connected.
It's connected, right? It exists.
Yeah.
What do you feel like when you see this picture?
Looks like a bus full of tweakers. Oh, look. Eastern European public transport. The comment.
Have you ever ridden the bus before?
Yeah.
What was
But
what do you feel about how do you feel about public transportation?
I think it's useful. It's just like people going places.
Mhm.
And then there's sometimes some tweakers.
So when you're in a bus, you are all conjoined together in one platform with different realities, and then you get off that bus and you go live those different realities.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
It's fucking crazy.
Do you think about that a lot?
Every day. Every single day. Do you like public transportation?
Yeah.
Do you like big cities?
Yeah.
What do you think about silence?
I think it's like fine.
The sound of silence?
It's like whatever. Like when you're going to sleep, it's just like, okay.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I guess.
It makes my body tingle.
Yeah, whatever, man. Don't get freaky. Like,
I'm just saying. Silence is a beautiful thing. I feel like my brain is being massaged by silence.
really? I feel like my brain is massaged when I listen to I'm Just a Freak.
I'm just a freak. Yeah.
Do you want to see my Pinterest feed?
Do you want to show me something?
Yeah, I just want to show you my feed.
Okay. Let's make it happen.
Can you show the camera?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'll like take a screenshot
Okay.
or something. Are you proud of your Pinterest feed?
Yeah. Check it out. I feel like it really encapsulates my vibe.
That's nice.
But there's probably a better screenshot that you can take than that one. Scroll a little bit more.
Well, I just found this quote and I wanted to share it with our audience, our beautiful, beautiful audience. If you want to become fearless, choose love.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Straight from my Pinterest feed.
Why do you think that's true?
I don't know, because if you're focusing on like, wait, look at it more. 'Cause if you focus, like, if you're scared and you're just focusing on all the things that make you scared, you're just thinking about them.
Mm-hmm.
You're scared, but if you focus on like better stuff, it's just like you're in a better mindset.
And so it's like the stuff that you focus on accumulates into what is your reality.
Yeah.
And you think that that's important?
Yeah.
And how do you focus on better stuff then?
Just kind of build like an environment where you're doing things that make you happy
Mhm.
and that promote good vibes. What do you think about my Pinterest feed?
It's really nice. It's very different than my Pinterest feed. Thank you, Pinterest, for being the best social media platform out there. Sharing vision boards since 1987. So would you say that that's one of the biggest factors of, changing your psychology is picking what you focus on?
Yeah. Or maybe like if you can't do that, like first you have to unpack why
Mm-hmm.
like the other things are gonna make you tweak. And then you can be like, oh, it's okay. And then you can focus on better stuff.
Unpack why those things are bothering you.
Yeah.
And then once you, like, how would you unpack that? Like, would you do it by yourself, or would you, find like a tree in the forest and have a conversation with it?
Maybe you consult like a licensed therapist
A
or
licensed
something.
psychologist.
But also like you can think about it by yourself. If you're like, oh, I'm like stressed out, this person isn't texting me back, and then you're like, oh, why is that stressful? Like, oh, maybe because you have like a fear of like kind of being alone, and you can be like, oh, I'm not alone. I have all these people that like, it doesn't matter if one doesn't text me. Like, there's mad bitches in my phone. Not bitches, but like people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bitches.
Like.
And they're bitching.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. Did you like that one?
Well said. I really like that one. I think that's the best one so far. All right. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share?
No. Oh, but I was gonna ask. You never said your New Year's resolution.
My New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
I told this to somebody already, but just keep doing what I'm doing. If I
Yeah.
can keep doing what I'm doing and keep doing it, I'll be happy. Also, I want to learn to fly.
Like a plane.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like a bird, like a plane.
You should fly a
Like
helicopter,
Superman.
and then you can pick me up from.
No, I'm
Mars.
talking like me, myself.
Oh, you yourself. Okay. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Manifestation.
Tell the camera, I will fly.
I will fly.
He's gonna fly.
I will fly. Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed. This is the end of the podcast. Love you guys. Happy New Year's.